Hello and welcome to my channel. So if you follow me for some time, you'll see that I am back home. It's nice to be home. And sorry this is a little bit late. I wanted to get this video out sooner, but life was not having it. On that note, I'm very curious how this week has gone for you. I definitely felt the Uranus of it all. Very unexpected things happening, things not going to plan, unexpected changes. That was definitely a theme. But no, like I'm back home, and in this video I'm going to do a reading for the full moon in Capricorn that we have tomorrow, so that'll be on Sunday. So I'll do an astrology reading first and talk about this particular transit, and then I'll do a card reading as well. Okay, so getting into the astrology. So yes, full moon in Capricorn, it is the second one that we have had this season. So it's really rare that happens, that you get two full moons in the same sign. We had one at the first degree of Cancer, Cancer, I'm getting mixed up. And then the last degree, in the 29th degree. So, of Capricorn, not Cancer, sorry, it's Cancer season, not Capricorn full moon. Anyway, so it's on the 29th degree, which means that the very end of like each sign has 30 degrees, so it's right on the end, and then it'll move into the next sign after today, after this full moon. God, I'm all over the place. So that kind of is interesting in and of itself, because when it's at the very end, it does sort of signify endings. And with it being a full moon, full moons are often about a culmination. It's the build up, it's the big crescendo, it's the sort of like the looking back and seeing what needs to be shared, seeing what needs to be released. That's a big full moon theme. And this particular full moon sits right next to Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto in Aquarius is at 0 degrees, and Capricorn full moon is sitting right next to it. So this means that this full moon is getting a bit of extra Plutonian energy. So let's talk about Pluto. So Pluto is the lord of the underworld. He goes into the depths, into the shadows, into the shadow realms. And he is known for death, transformation, and rebirth. Now, the reason I want to talk about Pluto is because I think that we don't really understand the gift of Pluto. We don't really understand what he is here for, right? So Pluto is known to get rid of things like death, to destroy, destruct, but it's because he wants you to live on your highest timeline. So for instance, when Pluto is at play, let's say, you might find that things are falling away, that things are ending. It might not always feel easy, right? So sometimes I think when we think it's not easy, that it's not good, but actually Pluto doesn't get rid of things just for fun. He's doing it because he wants you to be on your highest timeline. So a really good example of like Pluto at play could be, an ending of a marriage, let's say, like your marriage might end. I'm not saying that's going to happen, by the way. I'm just saying, just as an energy, let's say Pluto has been sort of quite prominent in your chart right now, that things start ending, and that's not easy to go through, but the only reason it would be ending is because there's something better for you, or it's not in your highest timeline. So he's not destroying and getting rid of things just to get rid of it, just to hurt you, right? It's not about that. It's about getting you on your highest timeline, because he sees your highest potential, and it's actually a very loving thing. But it just doesn't always feel easy. So wherever we have Pluto in our charts is where we often see lots of transformation and change, and yes, challenge, but it's because he wants you to move higher. So I just wanted to kind of say that, because I think that, again, like we think of destruction as being bad, and I just don't think of things in that way, and don't think it's helpful to think of it. So in this particular this particular full moon as well, Mars will be trining Pluto. So trining is like a really helpful aspect when Mars enters Gemini. So Mars has just entered Gemini, and that's going to be plining trining this particular full moon, so that's going to be a helpful aspect. So but yeah, this full moon is asking us to go deep. It's asking us to look at our shadows. In fact, someone asked me the other day, because I did a video on shadow work recently. If you haven't seen it, it's on my YouTube channel. When is a good time to do shadow work? And the answer to that, in my opinion, is whenever you feel, there's a few answers. So the first answer is whenever you feel like if there's something that you say you want and you're not getting it, then shadow work it'd be a good time to do shadow work then. But also whenever Pluto and Scorpio in particular are heavy in the mix astrologically, that's usually a good time to do shadow work. So this weekend is a really good time to go deep, to look at the things that are no longer working. And this is also full moon energy too, right? Full moons are about looking at what needs to be released, what needs to be shared, what is no longer working. And it's really asking us to, it feels like there's going to be big endings potentially this week, especially in the area of your chart that contains Capricorn. So looking at which house it sits in, seeing what that house is about, you might find that there are some big changes coming in that area. So yeah, that would be a good time to do shadow work is what I would say there. Yeah, is there anything else I want to say about that before I move on? No, I think that's probably enough for now. So I'm going to get into the tarot read itself. I'm going to use Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot Deck to look at the energies of this full moon and what it is asking of us. Okay, I'll show you in a second. What are the energies of this full moon, please? Love this. Ooh, nice. Okay, interesting. We've got a bit of a mixed bag here. So first one we've got is the Empress. So having a look at that, seeing what comes through to you. Then we've got Nine of Cups, Happiness. So again, just looking at that, seeing what comes through for you. I always think it's important to take what you're taking from it here, as well as what I am saying. And then we've got two that came out together. We've got Five of Cups, Disappointment, and Ten of Discs, Wealth. So this is fascinating. So the one that's really jumping out to me here is the Nine of Cups. I often feel like this card is the card of fulfillment. So it's really asking to push us towards what is fulfilling to us. Like that's what this full moon wants for us. Because full moon in Capricorn, so like we've already had one, but Capricorn is very much about like our highest purpose, right? It rules the 10th house in astrology, which is our soul purpose, which is sometimes it shows up in our career, but what we are here to do, how we're here to serve the collective, it's concerned with like helping others, and that's also about what's fulfilling for us. And I always feel like this is where the Cancer Capricorn axis like is working. So it's about looking at what I like and what matters to me, and then how that serves the collective. Then we've also interestingly got here Five of Cups, Disappointment. It feels like it's, again, like this full moon is very much about asking us to walk away from something that isn't really serving us anymore, and that might feel disappointing. So looking out for this energy of feeling like it's like what I'm getting from this is it feels maybe like barren lands, like maybe you've had to walk away from something that's you've tried really hard at, you've been pushing at, and you've realized like this just isn't it ain't it, you know. It's that kind of energy. But with it coming out with the Ten of Discs as well, Wealth, it's like what I'm kind of getting from this is that the thing that you need to walk away from is going to push you to potentially more wealth, more income, but it also just feels more kind of like what it is that will satisfy us, what it is that will make us feel rich, that will make us feel abundant. So yes, it might be painful. Yes, it's going to be a bit, I'm surprised we've not seen the death card yet. It may show up. Yes, we have to strip away the old beliefs and all of these kind of things that are getting in the way of what it is that we are actually here for. And because we've had a full moon in Capricorn already, we're getting extra, like anything that didn't get shed in the first full moon is going to be now being brought up again. Like it's almost like, what did you not get the first time? We're going to look at that again, and we're going to go deep this time. And it's, again, not always comfortable, but just remember, it's for your highest good. It's because it wants you to be truly in alignment with your soul and why you are here. And it's not always a comfortable, easy, breezy journey, but it's a very rewarding one and very transformative one. Like we might feel very transformed around this lunation, which is exciting, you know. Okay, so challenges. There it is. That was quick, wasn't it? Queen of Discs. Feeling grounded. Interestingly, this is Capricorn's card. It's the goat of Capricorn there, so it's a very Capricornian energy. So it might be hard to feel grounded, so maybe doing things to help ground yourself around this time, being in nature, feeling your feet on the ground, like maybe putting your feet in the ground, like earthing. If you've ever heard of that practice before, that might be really helpful, especially with it being like an earthy full moon. It's like doing things that are very earthly, you know, putting your hands in soil, like maybe gardening, like those kinds of things might be really helpful around this time as well. Okay, what is on the other side? Yes, I love this. Pleasure. On the other side of this full moon, if we are willing to go deep, if we are willing to do the shadow work, if we are willing to see the parts that we have disowned. Shadow work is about looking at the parts of ourselves that we have disowned, and embracing them instead. Again, if you're interested in shadow work and you feel pulled to do this work, then I would definitely recommend watching the shadow work video that I've already done if you haven't seen it. I'm probably going to do some more on more shadow work videos because there's just so much more I could say about it, honestly. But that's a really good starting point just to kind of get you going and give you some practices to work with this full moon, because it is a very shadowy full moon. I would also say as well, there was something else I want to say there about it'll come to me in a minute. Okay, so some guidance around this full moon, please. Guidance. Do you know what I love as well? This card is Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio. Pluto rules Scorpio, so again, like it might feel like tricky, but on the other side, when we go into these, I know I've already said this, but it really feels worth saying again, when we go there, when we allow ourselves to see the parts that we haven't, when I say disowned, it's the parts that at some point were probably rejected by a loved one, or so. I mean, there's loads of ways shadows can form, but essentially it's parts of us, like how do I put this? Let me just feel into this for a sec. So as human beings, we have the capacity to hold all of it's really hard to phrase this. Sorry. Let me try this again. All of the aspects of human nature exist within all of us. The things that we see in everybody else are also within us, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to see them. So if you're seeing something in somebody else, if something is triggering you in somebody else, that is a part of you that is asking to be seen again rather than being disowned. So looking at your triggers and then looking at them deeper and going like, where does that exist in me that I am not willing to accept, that I'm not willing to love, that I'm not willing to own, essentially. Okay. Guidance to navigate this full moon, please. Oh, I love this. Interesting. Okay, we've got 2 cards that fell out. Knight of Cups, lead with love. Oh, I love it. I always think this card says that to me, like lead with love. That's what the guidance is, leading with love. Remembering that it is about love, you know, that ultimately this is leading us towards love. Like that is the highest vibration. And we've got the moon card. So to me, it feels like it's saying work with the moon, right? Like there are other, again, the moon, this is so fascinating actually. The moon card is actually like about the unconscious, about working with the unconscious, about looking at our shadows, about looking, it's very on the nose. Yeah, going deep, going into the unconscious, like that is so much what this full moon wants for us. I feel like maybe I've laboured this point enough. I don't need to keep going on about it. But like I say, if that is singing to you, there is a video that will help guide you through that. I'll put it in the link in the description. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull a few more cards just for some extra guidance from the Moonology Oracle card deck by Yasmin Boland. If you like this deck, it will be in the description below. Okay, so additional guidance for this full moon in Capricorn, please. That's 1, thank you. Oh, I love this. Okay, let's get a couple out. Oh, hello. Yeah, okay. First one we've got here, look at the bigger picture. Zooming out, taking stock, not getting pulled into the sort of like minutia too much this around this time. We've also got here, have faith in your dreams. Again, I think when we're doing shadow work, like sometimes it can feel sort of like confronting and revealing, and if you're not willing to see how adorable it is that we are just human beings doing our best, then that can be quite tricky. But it is about just remembering, like if you do this work, like your dreams are on the other side of that, pleasure is on the other side of that, but we have to go deep first, you know. The answers you need are coming. Some of you have been waiting for something on the other side of this full moon. You may get some answers this week that you've been waiting for. Maybe, again, because it does feel like it's a huge endings. So it's like with endings comes new beginnings. So if you've been waiting for something, that's going to start to shift. I'm curious to see what the astrology for next week will be, actually. I'll do a video on that tomorrow. So yes, okay, I think that is everything for this reading. Thank you so much for watching that. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, let me know. Liking, commenting, subscribing is the best way to get more of this content going forward. And like I say, I'll leave a link for the shadow work video below. So I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Mwah!